I've been a jealous person for as long as I can remember myself, whether it's my friends, my classmates, my teachers, or even my relatives. I always found something that they have that I didn't to obsess over and desire for so much and kind of have animosity towards them for having that. And we're not going to get into emotional traumas that I have to endure in my childhood to get to that state of being. And constantly, I was the one worse and the one who had to look up with jealousy and animosity towards other people. But today, we're going to talk about how that seemingly destructive mechanism actually helped me become who I am today and achieve so many cool things in life. So when I first started working on myself, started going into healing, spirituality, and found out about all of it basically, I tried to battle my jealousy. I tried to suppress it as much as I can, let go of it, be a bigger person than that, while simultaneously I was going through this soul search of who I am, what I like. Like I didn't really know authentically who I am, but I knew that I'm a jealous little brat and I wanted to change that. Little did I know that the answer to who I was actually hiding in my feeling of jealousy and comparison to other people. But before I explain exactly how that happened, I have to share with you my view of the world so you understand the context of how exactly I came to that conclusion. Now, the pattern that I noticed throughout my whole life and the concept that I came up with is called most favorable timeline or MFT. That is basically the most perfect version of you. We call it higher self, desire in life, dream life, whatever you want to call it. It's that timeline, that version of your life when you're who you want to be, you have everything you want to have, you're completely satisfied and blessed within your life. Now, within that concept, there is a deeper understanding that time and space actually don't really exist, which means all of the timelines exist on the energy level. And so time and space and matter don't really exist there. What that means for us, that means that that version of us in the future that already has it all and lives in the best timeline possible lives simultaneously with our current self, which means that this version of you, your higher self, is already within you. And this is a pretty common knowledge among manifestation spiritual community. So that means at any time I can access the energy of my higher self, their choices, their worth, their perception of the world, and activate it within me. Layer it on top of what I already have in my life right now and come to conclusions that can help me figure out what to do, what's the best course of action for me. Now that we recapped the basic information, let's come back to jealousy. I believe that jealousy can come from two sources. First source is your higher self, what we just talked about, and the second source is societal programming that you underwent when you were growing up. Now let me explain, and let's start with the latter. As you were growing up, you were taught what things are cool, what you should want, what you should desire, right? For example, as a girl, you have to have a perfect body shape, or a beautiful face, no acne, right? Or like big eyes, etc., etc. All the programming that we installed into our brain, even though it really doesn't make any sense on the spiritual energy level. Same thing could be with success, like you're programmed to believe you want a big mansion or a private jet. And you automatically grow up kind of like knowing that that's what everyone wants, right? And then there is the jealousy that comes from your higher self. And it's the whole point of this video because our higher self communicates with us is in kind of cryptic messages, which jealousy is one of them. So I was following one creator for the longest time on Instagram, and I was extremely jealous of her. particularly because she had her own course on like mindset and everything that resonated with me on so many levels. Moreover, I knew what else to add to that course, what else to add to that conversation to make, whatever she's talking about even more full and, useful. So consciously, I was having negative feelings of jealousy towards her, thinking like that bitch, she's got it all, she's got a course, she's got followers, probably got a bunch of money. Look at me, I know the same information that she does, and I don't have none of that. And that makes me so upset. And it's pretty easy to understand right now that that feeling of jealousy is really my higher self telling me that I am capable of doing it too. Now, my higher self already is on a level when it knows my self worth, and it knows perfectly well that, like, you can do that too. You can have a better course than she does. You can be even more successful. But my current self, the one that does not sit down and record a course, instead it sits on the page of that influencer and actively is being jealous, that current self of me thinks that maybe I lack some knowledge, maybe my English is not that good, maybe I don't have enough followers, maybe no one will buy my course, maybe I don't know how to promote it right. So limiting belief that prevent me from seeing my authentic desire. So you have an authentic desire to make course, to share your knowledge with the world. On top of that, you have the social construct of limiting beliefs, everything that's wrong with you, everything that everyone told you is wrong with you ever, that kind of prevent you from seeing that desire, because they're in a way of you seeing that desire. Now your higher self, from there, from all the way here on the top, right, they can see that desire, but they cannot force you to see it from their stage. That's why they send you these cryptic messages of jealousy, so you, within that jealousy, can recognize that that's actually your authentic desire. So next time that you're jealous of someone, think about it. Does it have anything to do with who I am trying to be as a person and what I like? And coming back to what I was telling, how I was searching myself and at the same time trying to suppress my jealousy, that was double extra work, because I didn't need to search for myself. I just needed to stop suppressing that jealousy and pay attention at what the jealousy is trying to tell me. Then I would have gotten a clear path of where I want to see myself. That's all pretty cool, right? Two things you gotta keep in mind though. First one, sometimes jealousy can come from your programming rather than your higher self, right? For example, if I see some skinny girl with a flat stomach on outside, right? Or on social media, most likely, because in real life they barely exist. Naturally I get jealous. Like I think, oh my God, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not skinny enough. When really it's not my higher self that wants me to be skinny, it's just the societal programming that told me that I have more value as a human being, as a woman, if I am more skinny. So you need a certain self-awareness and understanding of who you truly are in order to distinguish between those two, right? For example, if you're jealous of someone having $1 million, do you really want $1 million, or do you maybe want $100,000 and more free time on your hands, not having to manage a multi-million-dollar corporation, for example, right? But society tells us we need $1 million, so you automatically jealous. So it takes a little like tuning, right? At first, to learn to distinguish your authentic higher self desires from what society pushes on you. But ultimately, it's such a great way to get the direction from yourself, to actually see where you want to go. Just even spending some time scrolling TikTok and noticing what triggers you, which people, which stories really make you feel that bit of jealous. And the second thing is, jealousy comes not only as a feeling of jealousy, all right? It can be disguised as well. And our limiting beliefs are actually what disguise it. For example, it can be disguised as hate or negative emotions or even disgust or anger towards the person, right? That's because your limiting beliefs are so strong that you cannot even imagine yourself getting that result. For example, if you see someone happily married and they post reels about like how happy they are, but you coming through traumatic relationship really don't believe in love anymore and don't believe that couples can be so genuinely happy with each other, therefore you are like, ah, that's so cringe, you comment, or maybe you don't comment, you just think like, that's so cringe, that's so performative, I hate it, ew, that's gross, they don't even probably love each other that much, and all of those thoughts. And if you stop for a second to ask yourself, why am I feeling all those negative emotions? If you peel that onion layer by layer, soon enough you're gonna find out that actually deep within you desire those relationships. But because your experience has been different, those limiting beliefs are now in place of you admitting that you actually desire it. Instead, reversing it towards anger and hate and even disgust when you see other people getting it. So, learning to distinguish what society put on you as something you must want and what you actually want, and also learning to recognize that feeling of jealousy that is disguised by our limiting beliefs in a moment and can come out as certain other feelings. And the main idea I want to reiterate in this video is that you already have so much direction and resource within you. You just have to learn for the unconventional ways to find it. And it's not just by asking myself, okay, my higher self, what do I desire, and trying to journal about it. Sometimes it's as easy as noticing who triggers you and who irritates you when you are even online. And that little moment of self reflection can reveal so much about who you are and where you truly want to be. Thank you so much for listening for this video all the way. Follow me for more content about energy, manifestation, and healthy mindset that's gonna allow you to get anything that you want with ease. And thank you so much for watching this video all the way. I want to take a small moment to talk about my newest addition to my Bloom and Witch Empire, which is my brand of handmade energy tools. And my newest thing that I added are elixirs. Elixirs are a type of perfume oil that you use to shift your vibration to the intention that the perfume oil is spelled for. So right now I have the essential collection out, which are 4 different vibrations, one for money and abundance, one for love vibration, whether it's attracting partner or attracting self-love. One is for relaxation and energy detox, finally letting go of anxiety or overthinking. And last but not least, one of the favorites that I have is Royal Energy Elixir Majestic, that really allows you to see your self-worth and allows you to see yourself from a completely different angle. And each of these elixirs, if you get them, you will also get a list of rituals and suggested uses, so you can see there's so many ways to bring that intention, that vibration into your daily life and stay anchored and focused within your desires to stay as long as you can in your most favorable timeline, where your intentions and desires are translated into the reality very quick and effortless. So if you want to try that and support my small business, use code SHIFT to activate 5% discount for your order of elixirs. Note that this discount code only works for elixirs and not for amulets or any other offerings. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am so excited to hear what you think about it, whether or not you think you're a jealous person, and how did you view it, and whether I was able to shift that perception a little bit. And I will see you in the next one.